I think when people get a good look at me, I wouldn't be shocked to assume that a lot of people look at me and think, wow, that girl's definitely gotten the clap before. Like, I know for a fact a lot of people assume I've had chlamydia or something. Like, I don't, I do know why. I mean, you can look at my Instagram, I make them up. I know why. But I think a lot of people would assume I've definitely gotten something nasty up in here. But actuality is, I never have. Never gotten an STI. I kept it safe. I'm low key a prude, okay? Low key, I hate everybody. Like, I don't, that's a whole other story, a whole other subject. But yeah, all I'm saying, I've never gotten an STI. I may look like the bitch that has, but I haven't. But I have gotten something worse. I did get lice from my man. My man gave me lice from a bitch at a party. And this is a whole chronicle because, like this was a 3 week event, 4 weeks maybe, this lice journey. So there's a lot to go through. Let's start with my boyfriend and I. My boyfriend was at a party, the day before he came to visit me in a different state because we're long distance. Yeah, we're long distance. He comes to visit me from another state, but at the party, he tells me that this girl kept taking his hat, like flirting with him. If you're a girl, I mean, even guys know. If you're taking a guy's hat, this bitch, just like wearing his hat all over fucking head. And it's all cute. He's not messing around with it. He's loyal, He's like, give me my hat back. But somehow, in the, in the matter of time that this girl had his hat, some transportation of something in her hair went into his. Now, this could be like a bullshit story, but I do have witnesses, okay? So it's not crazy. Like, this girl did, confirm did have lice, okay? But, my boyfriend comes to visit me the next day, and he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that there's lice in his hair. So we're cuddling, yay, like rubbing heads together, yay. And then he leaves, and he goes home, and he calls me, and he's like, oh, I think I have lice. And I was like, no way. And he's like, yeah, no, there's like straight bugs in my hair. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of underreacted. I kind of like didn't really give that much. I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, you're a man, like you'll get rid of it. Like, just get some treatment. That's gotta be easy. That's gotta be easy to get rid of. So, I was very like, it's okay, we can control this. Like, I'm not gonna get it. It's so random. Like, who the fuck gets lice, Nobody ever gets lice. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. And then a couple of days go by, and my head is itching, like in a way that's like kind of indescribable. Like, it's in echolocations of my head, like something right fucking here. It's like, oh my god. I mean, the only way to describe it is something fucking biting your head, little thing. But my head was itching so bad. But anytime I looked, I swear, anytime I looked, I couldn't find anything. I could not find anything in my hair. But I also kind of wasn't looking that hard because I was horrified, and like I did not want to deal with that reality, so I was avoiding it. 2 days later, I'm driving in the car with my friends. We're on a road trip. We're coming back to LA, and I see something. I'm in the front seat, okay? I'm in the passenger seat. I'm chilling, and I see something like right here, and it like moves a little. My heart sinks. When I saw it move, I knew. I was like, okay. So that's what that is. I look at it. I pull it out of my hair. Oh yeah, it's lice. There, you can't look at it. You won't. You see a lice, and you there's no doubt that it's not a lice. Like, it looks so specific. There's no doubt that there was lice, and my heart sinks. Like, I felt like the world was gonna end. There are bugs in my hair. Like, I can feel them. Now that I knew that, like, there was no denying it anymore, it was right in my face, that the lice were making a colony in my fucking head, I couldn't ignore it anymore. So it made me feel it like 3,000 times more. And that was great. So I finally decided to I was going so crazy. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I have 3 hours left in this road trip. So I told my friends, I'm like, I think I have lice. And they're very supportive. Um, but I don't think any of us there were prepared for what we were going to get into. So while we're in the car, I'm ordering the supplies. I'm like, it's got to be easy. Christian's said he got rid of it. I'm texting him. I'm like, you got rid of it, right? And he's like, you know what? Now that I've looked at my head, I don't think I've gotten rid of them. Awesome, great. Okay, so he has lice, I have lice. We both get treatment. I get home. It's still the day that I found the lice, like in the road, like from the road trip. I get home. I'm showering. I get the pick. You have to get a pick for these lice. This little, like, less like a centimeter in between, and like pick them out. And I'm doing this in the shower because I cannot like face like bugs in my hair. I just can't do it. I do in the shower. I just do one little comb, just right here, just like this much hair, that much hair. I pull out like 2 huge lice just with that hair. Every fucking comb, there were bodies of moving lice. And I was sobbing. I was like sick, like almost wanting to vomit, like crying. My boyfriend was on the phone. He was like, "It's okay. Like I'm doing it too." And I was like, fuck you, like you're horrible. I was so mad. I wanted to, like all from this hat. And so I'm like, okay, that's the end of it. I got them all out. Well, that wasn't the end of it. I knew that I had more. So what actually happened the next day, what happened on this day was really funny because the next day, I asked my best friend, Sarah, to comb them out for me, get them all out of my head. Because I can't do it myself. And she's like a bestie supportive friend. So she says yes. And what's also really funny is the day we had this plan was the day I hit 100,000 followers on Instagram. Right. So my friends had a whole cake for me during the lice removal ceremony. So that was amazing, like it was going great. I was feeling really, really good. Like I can get through this. I have my best friend supporting me. I have my best friend supporting me. And so we go into the bathroom and we start the lice excursion. Sarah's acting like, oh, like I would so like take care of all the lice for my kids. Like, don't ever worry about it. She goes to my hair. I'm like telling her, I can't look. Like, I don't want to even know it's there. Like, I just want you to pull them out. Just get them all out. Like, don't let me know. And she's like, yeah, don't worry. I'll take care of you. She combs one time. She looks at the comb and she screams on the top of her lungs, like literally, I wish I could do it, but I don't want to disturb anyone right now. I'd get in trouble. But she screams as loud as fuck, throws the pick, just throws it with the lice on it and everything, and screams running out of the room, lands on her bed, and she's like, I hate her. That was worse than what Christian did. I literally started sobbing. I was like, oh, okay. So the worst thing that could have possibly happened just happened because, lice is like so incredibly embarrassing to have. You know how gross it is. And someone screamed after pulling it out. So I'm sobbing and she cools down. She gets it under control. She's like, it's okay, I'm gonna help you. And she just powers through and I'm like sobbing, like literal spit. I'm drooling out of my mouth. Like I'm not sobbing. Like this shit hit me deep. I'm sobbing out of my mouth. I wish I got a TikTok out of it. It would have been really fucking funny. Like it would have been probably my magnum opus if I did get a TikTok of that moment. Need to start TikToking vulnerable moments more. So she pulls them all out. I feel satisfied. I'm like, no more lice. I'm free. And then the next day happens and I'm sitting in my room and I literally feel something crawling on my head. Like it's so specifically like moving across right here. And I went like this. Literally. I could feel it right on top of my scalp and I pull it out and it's this big, big boy. This big boy. He was big, like big boy. I crush him. Burn him. Fuck you. So I've reached a point of no return. I'm losing my sanity. I've tried mayo, I've been like combing them out. I've been doing everything. My boyfriend's been trying everything. So we were like, okay, fuck it. We've had enough. So we're going to go to urgent care. We're going to get something lethal. Cause I haven't talked about my like experience. Like, I learned so much when this was happening. I know everything about lice right now. Do you know where the term nitpicking comes from? Nitpicking, because baby lice are called nits, and you have to pick them with a pick, right? And do it really meticulously, like every strand of hair. I get it. There's so many things like that. But there's so many ways to get rid of lice. One of the ways I also did was like I would blow dry it like crazy and like heat the fuck out of my hair. Um, but they would still come back. Like, it was like there's just so many. Like, you don't understand. Like, they multiply every day. Like, the lice aren't even the problem. It's like 1,000 eggs in your head. Probably not 1,000, but a lot of eggs in your head. And you have to pick them out, and they're like so, ooh, it's so gross. Um, so I'm at urgent care, and I'm like, hey, I'm like losing my fucking mind. If I still have lice by 2 days, in 2 days, I'm gonna hurt myself and others. Um, and she offers me ivermectin. If anyone knows what ivermectin is, Joe Rogan's recommended it. A lot of people, well, a lot of certain people recommended using it to treat COVID. What ivermectin is scabies medication for horses. Scabies. It's parasite medication where it essentially works kind of like what pesticides do, where it poisons your fucking blood. Poisons your fucking blood. And so I took the ivermectin. You're not supposed to drink or do anything like that. Shit's strong. And I'm looking at all the like side effects, and there's a lot going on. And one of the side effects was, in fact, seizures. And, well, the next day I did actually have a fucking seizure. The first time in a year I had it. The ivermectin literally gave me a seizure during a glee party. If you want that story, I can do that too. But my boyfriend, he didn't do ivermectin, but he got this like crazy strong like oil that you keep in your hair for like a day, and it like disintegrates them. His worked, and I'll say when I took the ivermectin, gone. Like, the next day, I didn't find any. I didn't even find any bodies. I don't know what that means, but like, I was, it was kind of horrifying. They were just like gone. The ivermectin worked successfully. So, I say this to say, if you ever get lice, most of the methods don't fucking work. Don't waste your money on the products. I recommend just going through your hair. The best way to get them out is just picking them out one by one, nitpicking them. The products that you buy online don't really work that well, or in CVS. I tried everything. My boyfriend tried everything I didn't try, and none of them worked until we got the prescription one, or when we just combed them out a lot. So I'd recommend heat and combing them out with like oil, coconut oil or something. Um, and if you get to the point where you need ivermectin, it definitely can give you a stroke or a seizure, as it did give me a seizure. But I would say 100% would do it again, no questions. I'd rather have a seizure than have lice. Um, yeah, so this is all about how my boyfriend gave me lice from another bitch. All right, bye.